Hello everyone, Blaster here again, bringing you another video that I hope that you find rather interesting. I'm trying a new format for today, so I hope everything works out. Uh, for today's video, I thought it would be relevant to talk about the new Winged Kuriboh Level 6 that is releasing on the new Battles of Legend booster pack. So let's just discuss if the card is worth running, right? Um, we're gonna be going on with the pros and the cons of the card, so we can evaluate if it's worth running. Although, if you want a little bit of a spoiler, if you ask me, in my personal opinion, I don't think it's worth running. But before being like negative Nancy's about the card, like, oh no, it's not good, or like it's not, or whatever, just let me explain you uh, what the card can do, what is what you could achieve, or what thing, how are you summoning it during your combo, and what do you have to give up to summon it? Because yeah, I mean, it doesn't come out of nowhere, right? You have to give up something during the combo in order to end up on this thing. So what are the things that you should consider about the Winged Kuriboh level 6? Is that even though it's a Winged Kuriboh, it is always considered as an elemental hero card and a favorite card, which is pretty good because that means that it's searchable with emergency call, and also is searchable by the Flame Wingman Infernal Rage, and even it is summonable by its own effect, which is the whenever you use it, whenever you fuse a normal monster to make this card, you could use its effect to tribute as cost, and then you can special summon it directly from your deck. Although I don't think you would be doing that unless very specific situations. Maybe if you already summon Sunrise first, and but let me show you later on, right? So also, one of the things that has at its favor is that it's a level 6 monster, which means that it's a valid target to be used with Fusion Destiny, or even if you are like on a hurry, you could like use it as a level 6 monster, as a level 6 hero monster to fuse into Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, which is also pretty good. Um, Also, because it's light attribute, is not a clashing, let's say, clashing attribute with like, let's say, Stratos or like Shadow Mist or Blizzman if you play my version, right, which means that you could relatively easily summon Sunrise, right, and hmm, and obviously it's a quick effect that helps you disrupt your opponent plays during his turn, right? That is the whole reason why you play the card. And obviously the burn damage is kind of nice. It maybe may help you close some games even if you go into time that could be relevant. And also, one of the things that is good about it is that it can be summoned multiple times. Obviously, not on the same, not twice or thrice during the same turn. Just like every single turn, you get to summon it if you have the resources available to summon it, right? And that's it. That's the good stuff about the Winged Kuriboh. Now, what is the bad stuff? Because it's gonna start to pile up, sadly, right? First of all, it's another engine requirement, right? It's another break in a deck that is already full of them. It's already full of them. So, and obviously, it's gonna do nothing in your hand, right? It's not gonna help you build a board. It's not gonna help you um, extend your play. Well, maybe we'll get that to that later, right? It could help extend, like, it could help you like end on something, but we'll get into that later, right? Also, because it's a light monster, it's kind of like, I mean, if you draw this with Neos, well, it's not gonna help you much because you're not gonna be able to summon Infernal Rage or like Sunrise if you manage to have a Polymerization, right? And also, I mean, just Konami like just missed the mark so much. Like, this card would have been worth running if, first of all, could negate a monster effect, right? Because doesn't negate, it destroys the monster. It doesn't negate. So, first of all, like, the first mistake that they made is that this card doesn't negate monster effect. And it would have been extremely good if, like, it would have been like good to like stop, say, Nibiru or like a hand trap or something. That would have been extremely good, right? But no, just destroys the monster. Also, one of the things that is not helping the case for the Winged Kuriboh is that it only destroys monsters on the field. So it's even worse, right? You cannot like destroy anything from hand. You cannot destroy anything from graveyard. Like nothing. Like just destroys the monster on the field, and it burns you. And it burns it for the original attack, right? The original attack of the monster, which is like, I mean, most of the time the effects that you want to stop are from like little monsters or like utility monsters, so the burn damage is not that relevant. And if you wanted to negate something, or not negate because it doesn't negate, it destroys. If you wanted to destroy something big, usually those cards have protection or they themselves have the negate, so it's not stopping that, right? So I don't know, man. I really feel like for this to be worth running, you have to like, it had to negate effects. It really had to negate effects, and it negate from anywhere to make it worth running another brick, right? Because I mean, if you are able to summon plasma, why are you ending on this, right? I mean, you could say like a one more extra layer of protection, but like, let's be real, if you manage to like summon plasma, dark low, and have the favorite contact plus the destroyer phoenix enforcer, the Winged Kuriboh is just a win more card, right? It's just win more. And if you're like I said, the win more, that means that probably you were going to win anyways, regardless if you summon the Winged Kuriboh or not. And if you, let's say you bricked, well, that card is not helping you out, right? Because if it's sitting in your hand, it's not special summoning itself. It's not. It's doing nothing. It's doing nothing. So does that mean that the Winged Kuriboh was completely worthless, useless? You never gonna use it, or it's never gonna be relevant or something? I would say not. I wouldn't go that far. I think the best value you can get out of this card is whenever you get like severely disrupted, right? Because let's say you're doing your combo and you are, I mean, you got like Baylor, impermanence and such, and you ended up like on a Sunrise or like the Flamewing Infernal Rage, but like they didn't have an effect, so you don't have the, let's say, the favorite contact setup, or you didn't manage to do the DPE play or something. That, but at least, let's say, if you still have some way to search, let's say the with the emergency call, the Winged Kuriboh, you could very easily tribute that fusion, summon it, and at least have some sort of disruption, right? But then again, how effective is it gonna be if you're already severely disrupted and your opponent maybe already has a board or has enough cards in their hand to just play around the Kuriboh. It's like, is it really worth running? I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, if you like to play it because it's a Winged Kuriboh and it's like, let's say, it's the mascot of the main character, just for the lulz, like, go ahead and play it. It's just that I don't know how, like, or at least on a competitive side of the deck, like, I don't see the value, or I don't see how is this gonna help you win more games that you already were winning, right? Or how are you gonna win games that you were not winning, right? So yeah. And if you were, let's say, if you were to play the Winged Kuriboh, like, how are you doing it, right? So for that matter, I saved two replays. One is gonna be summoning the Winged Kuriboh with using the let's say the standard line, and the other one is with the Polymerization combo line. But I gotta be honest, if you're not summoning the Winged Kuriboh with the standard line, I wouldn't bother that much to like um go out of your way and summon that monster, right? So for starters, this is going to be the standard play. We are only gonna be using the Stratus plus the fairies. All other three cards is just gonna be, let's say, blanks in our hand. Even though we could use them, we're not gonna use them just for the demonstration of this duel. The thing that varies here is that instead of like, let's say, search the, let's say, Liquid Soldier with the Cross Crusader, you're gonna be searching the Winged Kuriboh, and you're gonna be using it for the fusion summon of the Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. And that's what we do right there. And I mean, you already know how to do this combo. The only thing that changed was the search of Liquid Soldier for the Winged Kuriboh level 6, and now you're using Stratos as the other elemental hero for the Infernal Rage, right? And also because if you want to end on this, you will be forced to do the Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer play during the main phase, because otherwise you're not gonna have a elemental hero fusion monster on your graveyard. Although I guess you could like banish the Sunrise, but I feel like that is a waste just to like do this. I don't know, just if you want to get max value, let's say, if you want to get the max value, you'll have to do all of this during the main phase, so you are gonna lose to Nibiru even harder, right? So if you want to play it, this is how you do it. And let's go into the Polymerization combo line version of this. Although gotta be honest, you can't do this with only two cards. Sadly, you'll have to like have the starting cards for the Polymerization combo line, and have a way to search into the Winged Kuriboh or whatever you were searching during the combo. You search the Winged Kuriboh instead, and then you have a searcher to compensate the thing that you didn't search, right? So let's go right into it. I know we could be doing something else with this particular hand, but I'm just forcing the Polymerization combo line to show you. The cards that we're gonna be using is obviously the End Shuffle, the Hero Lives, and the Reinforcement of the Army. And the other two cards are just blanks, just for the sake and the demonstration of this combo, right? And that's what we're doing. We're just doing the Polymerization combo line, and during the Bion dump effect, we're gonna dump the Winged Kuriboh. And to compensate the fact that we did not dump um, the denier, we're searching it with the reinforcements of the army, right? And then again, because we don't have another fusion to banish for the Winged Kuriboh, we are forced to do this all on the main phase, so we can end on it. And that's it. That is how you summon the Winged Kuriboh. You were to play it. Although, gotta be honest, I don't feel it's worth running. I mean, if you're gonna be playing another brick, another engine requirement in a deck that is already full of them, you're just gonna break more for like just a little bit, or just a little bit more of power. And but like, gotta be honest, like I don't think like the idea it's bad or something. Like I think the heroes need something like this. It's just that they need something that is better than this. Like I just do not understand how, like, why Konami is so, like, let's say biased, or like how is it so like has like such like very nuanced way to see decks, and just has like has some sort of favoritism towards some decks, because recently we had revealed the new like 6 samurai support, and they just have a new synchro, like another Narshian monster that is just negate a monster effect and destroy. It just no strings attached, no weird hoops and loops like the Winged Kuriboh, right? Just negate and destroy, and it's level 6. It's super easy to summon. Just let's say the Grandmaster plus the level 1 tuner, and that's it. In a deck that is already, I mean, and it's more degenerate than this deck, because they have like a lot of searching capabilities, and they can end on, let's say, sometimes even better monsters and have better setups. And I just do not understand why like we have to play like another brick that is not even good enough. It's not negating something, it's just destroying, and it's not stopping a play. Sorry, it's just, I'm sorry if like I'm sounding too negative. It's just, I don't think it's worth running. I would even say, like, if you're gonna play like another brick, maybe you could even play like the honest Neos, and I think that's gonna be a little bit better, because at least you could end on some sort of like battle protection too, right? With the, to protect, let's say if you're forced to end on like a dog load, just not gonna be destroyed by battle. Or like if you're heavily disrupted and you have to make a one final push, like you could like summon Trinity and then just go for an OTK and drop the honest News, right? So yeah, this is gonna be the end of the video. If you like the content that you see, just like, share, and subscribe. Or you're not doing any of that, at least leave me a comment, because I always love reading your feedback. So this is Blaster signing out, and see you next time.